Hey guys, it's Jenny Silver, and today I want to talk to those of you in the state of California about the California Golden State Stimulus, that additional $600 stimulus payment in the state of California for low-income earners. Now, I'm going to cover all the details here that we have released on this program. First off, I want to remind you guys that I am not a CPA, I'm not an accountant, I'm not an attorney, I'm not a tax preparer. So if you have questions regarding your specific tax situation, take those over to your tax preparer or your CPA. I'm going based off of the published information that is provided here regarding this Golden State Stimulus. So I'm going to link all my sources down below. In any case where I'm providing you details on a tax program, on a financial program, on a government program, I'm always going to be citing it directly from the source. So as with any program like this, there are going to be additional developments, specifics that are determined based on your own certain scenario. So if you have additional questions about your own tax situation, take those to your tax preparer or your CPA. Now, the Golden State Stimulus was signed by Governor Gavin Newsom on Tuesday, February 23rd. This program grants an additional $600 stimulus payment to California residents if they meet one of the following sets of criteria. In order to qualify, individuals who received the California EITC, the Earned Income Tax Credit, on their 2020 income taxes would receive this $600 stimulus payment. You must be or have been a California resident for at least half of 2020. And also, in order to qualify for the Cal EITC credit, you must be 18 years or older or have a qualifying child. Keep in mind that the Cal EITC and the federal EITC are two separate tax credits because one is on the federal level and one is on the state level. Now, since they are two separate types of tax credits, they have different sets of requirements. Now, in order to qualify for a Cal EITC, you must have had some form of earned income, such as W-2 employee wages or self-employment income. If you have some form of earned income, then your total AGI, your adjusted gross income, must be at that $30,000 or below cap. Now, keep in mind that your AGI, your adjusted gross income, is going to include any form of unemployment that you receive. So how does unemployment benefits factor in? Well, unemployment benefits are income, but they are not earned income. So that means that unemployment benefits will not allow you to get over that initial threshold of having earned income. So you must have earned some form of earned income, but unemployment benefits will come into play with that $30,000 adjusted gross income cap. So in order to qualify for the Cal EITC, your AGI, your adjusted gross income, must be at or below that $30,000 cap. Now, if you qualify to receive the California Earned Income Tax Credit, that means that you would then qualify to receive the $600 stimulus payment. What about individuals that earn $30,000 or less and they are married filing jointly? If you're married filing jointly, keep in mind that your tax filing will either receive the credit or not. Remember that receiving the Cal EITC credit triggers you to receive the $600 stimulus, as long as you meet all qualifications. Now, if you are married filing jointly, in order to receive that Cal EITC credit, you are still subject to the regular rules for the Cal EITC income cap, which is $30,000. So you can hop over to the calculator, plug in your own individual numbers to see for yourself, but you will notice that if you plug in $60,000 and two people for married filing jointly, or $50,000 and two people for married filing jointly, you do not qualify. Why? Because of that $30,000 income on your AGI. Keep in mind that the Cal EITC is a tax credit and the $600 stimulus payment is something that has been created in addition to this tax credit. So if you qualify for that tax credit, that is essentially your trigger in the system that California will then send you that $600 stimulus payment. In order to see if you qualify to receive the $600 direct stimulus payment, you can use the Cal EITC calculator, which will show you if you qualify to receive the Cal EITC tax credit. If you qualify for the EITC, that means that you would then be qualified to receive the $600 stimulus payment. If you're using this calculator, keep in mind that is not going to calculate your amount of stimulus payment. Why? Because it's calculating your amount of EITC. And the stimulus payment is triggered by receiving the EITC, but it does not have anything to do with the amount shown in the calculator because the amount is a flat $600. Now, the calculator will allow you to plug in your own household income and to see exactly if you qualify based on your tax scenarios. In addition to those who receive the Cal EITC, ITIN filers who were not eligible to receive the $600 federal stimulus, which was passed back in December, can receive a $600 stimulus payment in order to replace that payment that they were disqualified from receiving from the federal stimulus. Now, this $600 stimulus for ITIN filers who did not receive the federal stimulus uses those federal guidelines of the $75,000 income cap. It's based on that $75,000 because it is aimed at replacing the federal stimulus that they did not receive. In addition to that, ITIN filers who also qualify and claim a Cal EITC on their taxes can receive an additional $600 payment. This means that ITIN filers can have their federal $600 stimulus replaced with this California stimulus, in addition to qualifying for the additional $600 stimulus payment that is available to all who claim the Cal EITC. In total, that would be a $1,200 stimulus payment. Also receiving this $600 payment are those individuals who are enrolled in Calworks. And lastly, those who are enrolled in SSI or SSP will also be receiving the additional $600 stimulus. Now, the California Franchise Tax Board has shared a chart showing exactly what amount you could receive under several different scenarios. If you are a Cal EITC recipient with a Social Security number, you will receive $600. If you're a Cal EITC recipient with an ITIN, you will receive $1,200. If you are not a Cal EITC recipient, but you file with an ITIN and you made $75,000 or less, you would receive $600. If you file a joint return and at least one of you files with an ITIN and made $75,000 or less, you would receive $600. If you file a joint return and you are a Cal EITC recipient and at least one of you files with an EITN, you would receive $1,200. So if you qualify to receive this, what is your checklist to do in order? So if you qualify to receive this, what must you do to make sure that you are paid? In order to receive this stimulus payment, you must file your 2020 income taxes. There is no going around that. This is a tax credit that is directly triggered by you receiving the Cal EITC in 2020. So in order to receive this, you must file your 2020 taxes. If you're a non-filer, you will not receive this payment unless you file 2020 income taxes. Next, you must not use married filing separately. If you file your 2020 income taxes as married filing separately, you will not be eligible to receive a Cal EITC credit and therefore would not be able to claim the $600 payment. In addition to filing your 2020 income taxes, you must also claim the Cal EITC credit, the California Earned Income Tax Credit, which is different from the federal EITC. So if you filed your 2020 income taxes, but you did not claim the Cal EITC, then you would need to amend your 2020 taxes in order to receive this $600 payment. So when will you receive this payment? The Franchise Tax Board has stated that they will take between 45 and 60 days after you file your 2020 income taxes to pay you out. Because the Franchise Tax Board is processing income tax returns at this time, it's going to take between 45 and 60 days. The Franchise Tax Board states that direct deposits will allow up to 45 days and paper checks will allow up to 60 days. Just like with the federal stimulus, how it is tied to the bank account that you use to file your taxes, the California Golden State Stimulus will be paid out to the account that you use to file your taxes as well. So if you paid or received a refund on California state taxes to a certain bank account, then this stimulus payment would be direct deposited to that account. If not, then you would receive a paper check. Now, there is an important deadline that you must make sure that you file your taxes by in order to receive this stimulus payment. The Franchise Tax Board states that the stimulus payment expires on November 15th, 2021. To make sure that you receive your payment, file your 2020 tax returns by October 15th, 2021. Now, the California Franchise Tax Board shares several different scenarios for how to receive your payment. If you already filed your 2020 taxes and received a Cal EITC refund, you don't need to do anything. You will receive your payment by direct deposit or paper check. If you filed your 2020 taxes with your ITIN and made $75,000 or less in California AGI, you don't need to do anything. You will receive your payment by direct deposit or paper check. If you filed your 2020 taxes but did not claim Cal EITC and you are eligible for Cal EITC, you will need to amend your 2020 return immediately. If you filed a 2020 tax return but will not claim EITC, you may still be eligible for the stimulus payment for 2020 if you or your spouse file with an ITIN and made $75,000 or less in total AGI. Be sure to file your 2020 return no later than October 15th, 2021. Now, what about for those of you that had no earned income in tax year 2020 due to unemployment or some other reason? Now, the calculator here says that you can qualify for 2020 Cal EITC based on your 2019 numbers. However, the legislation that I have found is in regards to the federal EITC, stating that federal EITC can be based on your 2019 numbers. Now, I have not found specific Cal EITC related legislation that states that the Cal EITC is following the same federal standards there. So you guys, I am not 100% clear at this point if you can qualify based on your 2019 numbers. I'm showing on screen this calculator that states that you can, but at this point in time, I do want to take that question to a CPA. So I'm hoping to do a Zoom video with a CPA to ask them this question. Now, I want to go through what the Franchise Tax Board has listed in their frequently asked questions. Now, first off, are deceased individuals eligible? Deceased individuals that use the married RDP filing status and have children may qualify for the stimulus payment. The payment is not available for deceased individuals using a single filing status and without a qualifying child. Incarcerated eligible individuals that use the married RDP filing status and have children may qualify for the stimulus payment. The stimulus payment is not available for incarcerated individuals using a single filing status and without a qualifying child. What about bank account number? Well, when you file your taxes, make sure that you use your current banking information if you would like your payment sent through direct deposit. Typically, you will receive this payment using the refund option that you have selected for your tax return. If you received an advanced refund through your tax service provider, you'll receive your payment by check in the mail. What if you have moved or changed your address? We use your last address on file, typically the address on your last filed return. If you've moved, you want to make sure to update your address so that you receive your payment. Contact us about address changes. What if you filed your taxes through a professional tax service, in person or online, and requested an advanced refund? If you received or requested your refund in the manner above, you will receive a paper check by mail based on the last address on file. So is the stimulus payment taxable income? The Golden State Stimulus is not taxable for California state income taxes. You will not claim this in your income on your California income tax return. So is this stimulus payment subject to offsets? The Golden State Stimulus payments will not be subject to offsets for debts owed to us, the Franchise Tax Board, or other government agencies. What about withholding orders such as wage, garnishments, or other levies? The Golden State stimulus payments are not subject to withholding orders. Since this is not considered wage earnings, it will not be garnished. If your Golden State stimulus payment deposited to your financial institution has been levied or frozen, please contact us with the phone number provided by your financial institution. The information to contact them can be seen here. Now, I'm going to be putting out an additional video on the business and other provisions in this stimulus, but I want to wait until there's additional information published on some of those other areas. So be on the lookout. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel for updates. Okay, you guys, I hope that was helpful. Please click like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down.